What's up guys, I'm Phoenix Master 1 and today I'm bringing you guys a new series. In this series I review a banner and tell you guys if it's worth something on that banner or not. A lot of you guys wanted me to do something like this, so that's why I'm doing it. And in this series I'm gonna be brutally honest. I will try to not sugarcoat anything and I will give you my raw opinion about these units. So I'm really sorry if anything I say offends you, but my opinion might influence some people's decision to summon on this banner, so that's why I have to do it. So this banner has Faye, Clair and Lukas. Taking a look at he's somewhat of an average lord, but if you have got Lynn, Ryoma, Lucina, Eldigan or Karel, he's not gonna be much of a use. So if you literally have no good red units, then I guess you can go for him on this banner, but it's not that easy to pull from this banner even though he's a focus unit, because of the fact that there are just so many red heroes in the sample space that it becomes hard. He has got Falchion, so he is a Dragon Slayer, but Marth and Lucina are a million times better Dragon Slayers than because they also have pretty much the same power as him and they are very fast, which is not. Has got amazing attack, decent speed and decent defense, but he just gets outclassed by too many units. Out of the box, is pretty decent as he comes with Draconic Aura, which is a good special for a unit who has got this high attack. Attack plus 3 is his passive A slot skill, which is pretty decent, but I'm not really big fan of his slot B skill, which is Wind Sweep. I get it that it's pretty unique and impressive skill, but it's weird skill. It's supposed to be run on a unit with high speed, good attack and poor defense, but if that unit has good speed, then why not just run Desperation and just straight up kill the opponent? Why bother running this skill? With this skill, obviously you're not going to be taking any damage back, but you yourself will not be able to finish off that opponent because this skill also prevents you from making a follow-up attack, and usually units with high speed do not hit that hard and they almost always need a follow-up attack so that they can kill the opponent. This skill does counter Breaker skills, Quick Riposte and Vantage, but still, this skill is more suited towards units who have got good speed and good attack, but bad defense stat. Does have good attack, but he does not have bad defense stat. He can certainly take hits. So yeah, this is a pretty weird sort of skill for slot B. There are just so many good skills available for slot B that it's hard for me to consider this skill over any other slot B skill. So for skill inheritance, obviously skills like Death Blow, Fury will help him increase his damage output, and Fury has got good synergy with Falchion, and I can see being in A+ tier, but that's about it. We would require a really impressive sword unit if we want to outdo units like Lucina, Ryoma, Marth, Karel and Eldigan, and is certainly not that unit. If he had more speed than that, he would have been better, but right now he's pretty average. So moving on to the next unit, now we're going to be taking a look at Lukas. Lukas is the best unit from this banner in my opinion. He's similar to Ephraim in many ways, but obviously he's inferior to Ephraim because he does not have Ephraim's Sigmund, but Lukas is still a pretty good unit. If you do not have Ephraim or any good lance unit, he's worth pulling from this banner, but I just cannot believe that you wouldn't have a good lance unit like at this point in the game, because everyone has access to Sharina, and Sharina is one of the best lance users in the game. But still, Lukas is an amazing unit because he has got good base attack, he has got very high defense and a good HP stat, and out of the box he is a fantastic unit as he comes with Killer Lance that reduces the special trigger cooldown of his Sacred Cowl special by 1, and this allows him to tank ranged hits pretty well. His resistance is lacking, so this certainly helps him. Fortress Defense is a slot A passive skill and it is a pretty decent skill, but it does reduce your attack at the expense of increasing your defense. So I'm not really a big fan of this skill, but it certainly helps him survive better and longer. His slot B passive skill is Obstruct, and it's not really the best skill to have in slot B as there are just way better skills which you can run for slot B over this skill. Obstruct is definitely one of the harder skills to use in a match, and it does counter Wings of Mercy, but I'd rather run something like Lancebreaker or Quick Riposte for his slot B because it's perfect for a bulk unit like him. Overall, Lukas is the best unit from this banner. He's a very solid unit, and after skill inheritance mechanic, he actually becomes a very scary unit as you can easily give him Brave Lance Plus and Death Blow, and he will be able to blow back units into another dimension with that setup. And this is his matchup chart with Brave Lance Plus set that I have in mind. and this matchup chart is amazing. It's actually similar to Donald's matchup chart, but in my opinion, Lukas does outclass Donald because Lukas has got better bulk compared to Donald. Lukas only straight up loses to 7 units, out of which you're never going to be seeing Arthur or Bod Trey in Arena. So he is a fantastic unit overall, definitely the best unit from this banner. And with that being said, let's move on to our third unit. So now we're going to be taking a look at Claire. She is a flying unit with lance, and she gets outclassed by other Pegasus Knights in the game like Cordelia and Hinoka, who can one round KO more units. She's a pure offensive unit, and out of the box she is quite average. She does come with Silver Lance Plus, which does help her with her attack stat because Claire has awful base attack and Silver Lance's 15 might is needed. Harsh Command looks good on paper, but there are better assist skills for flying units like reposition, and Harsh Command is pretty situational. You're not going to be using it that much in an average game. And moving on to her passives, her slot B passive skill is hit and run, which is perfect for a unit like her, and it's a good slot B skill. Her slot C passive skill is spur speed, and something like Hone speed would have been much better. And in general, like, spur skills are pretty underwhelming because they require more precise placement and commitment, so that's why people do prefer running other slot C skills over spur skills. And like I said, she does get outclassed by Cordelia and Hinoka, but she is way faster than them, so Life and Death plus Desperation set can work on her, and with plus attack IV and Life and Death, she reaches 49 attack and 41 speed, which is pretty amazing. And you might think of giving her Brave Lance Plus, but unlike Cordelia and Hinoka, she cannot utilize Brave Lance Plus because she has got awful base attack. So anything Claire does, Hinoka and Cordelia can most of the time do it much better. And if you want to make Claire good, you will have to invest quite a lot of resources. She is a pretty average unit. So moving on to the final unit, we have Faye. Faye cannot be promoted to an archer in Shadows of Valentia, but for whatever reason, she's an archer in this game. But in any case, she has got the highest rating of 154 out of all of the archers in the game, and she has got a very unique bow that prevents the opponent from counter-attacking. But none of that can save her from being the worst unit on this banner. Out of the box, she is pretty underwhelming because her speed is awful and her attack isn't high enough to kill things when she cannot even double anyone. Her bulk is decent, but it doesn't matter when she gets doubled by so many units and she has hard time surviving. Her weapon is Fire Sweep Bow Plus, and it is a new bow in the game and it prevents opponent from counter-attacking. It also negates Vantage, which is pretty neat, but we would have seen this bow being used to its maximum potential if Faye was fast enough to abuse this, which unfortunately she is not. She can still abuse this, but not to that extent if she was faster. Her special is Noontime, and in my opinion this is counterproductive because no unit can counter-attack her when she initiates an attack, and archers are not supposed to be frontline units, so this is kind of counterproductive, and something like Iceberg to help her with her damage output would have been much better, and that would have used her amazing resistance stat. Moving on to her passives, her slot B passive skill is Wings of Mercy, and this is an amazing skill and allows her to teleport near weakened allies. It's a pretty good skill for slot B. For slot C, she has got bow experience, which has no use outside of training tower, and even in the training tower you shouldn't use this because you will level up faster and that will make it harder for you to grind for SP. Right now grinding for SP is quite tough, so this skill should not be used at all because a unit like Faye needs tons of work with skill inheritance mechanic to make her usable. So yeah, it's a pretty bad slot C skill. So moving on to skill inheritance mechanic, we want to help her with her offensive stats, so that's why Life and Death is a premium choice for her as it improves her damage output and allows her to double some units, and you want to give her a skill like Luna to help her with her damage output, and overall she is quite underwhelming. She gets outclassed by a lot of the archers in the game, and her only niche is with Fire Sweep Bow Plus, which can be inherited to any unit, by the way. So now I will be giving you my final verdict on this banner. I give this banner a rating of 4 out of 10. You should not pull from this banner and save your orbs for the next banner, which is most likely going to be a banner featuring Celica and her team. This is actually one of the worst banners in the game so far in my opinion, and you shouldn't really be spending any orbs if you are free to play player unless you are really passionate about any of these units. Lukas is the only unit worth getting, and maybe if you do not have good sword units. So Lukas is the best unit from this banner. Then we've got then Clair, and at last Faye. I'm really sorry if I offended you by saying that your favorite character from this banner is underwhelming, but I have to speak the harsh truth because that's what my viewers want. If you like this banner review, please be sure to leave a like. I would really appreciate it, and share this video with all your friends who are thinking about something from this banner. If you would like to see more banner reviews like this, let me know in the comment section down below. And with that being said, I'll see you guys next time. Thank you so much for watching and have a great day.